Salute to the guys. It was good, fellas. Hey, have you ever noticed that once these simps, these beta males start opening their mouth, that they got the exact same talking points as your same old average everyday run of a mill Keisha? Yeah, we talking about you, Boyce Watkins, the beta male Keisha. He been trending since the other day, yesterday or so. He had Boyce Watkins did a live stream, and he got on the live stream talking crazy, just like a crazy ass Keisha. And he tried to call out Anton Daniels, Anton Daniels, a brother from the Mansfield. But he on the live stream trying to call out Anton, calling him names and saying crazy stuff, calling him a cross-eyed Rick Ross twin, something like that. Said he just trying to throw jabs and sneak shots. When Anton popped up on the live stream, and basically Anton popped up on the live stream, called him out and made a fool out of him. Like I say, one thing about these simps, they got Keisha talking points. And Keisha talking points don't stand a chance against Mansfield talking points. So when these dudes sit there and say the same thing that Keisha say, like, you know what Boyce Watkins like to say. Uh, the nerve of you wouldn't date a single mother when your mother was a single mother. Most of us came from single mothers. That's a Keisha talking point, man. Matter of fact, that's Keisha's number one talking point. It's funny. Boyce Watkins, his number one talking point is the same talking point as a bitter baby mama. Boyce Watkins' favorite talking point is the same talking point of a Keisha. Boy said, most black men come from single mothers. How dare you not date a single mother? Man, boys. You sound crazy, boys. You might be right. A lot of black men did come from a single mother home. But that don't mean they want to get back with a single mother. See, Boyce Watkins, the thing is, guys like you don't understand that a lot of black men did come from a single mother home, man. And they grew up in misery. And when they got old enough to leave that single mother home after 18, 19 years of misery or however long, some left early, what make you think them freeing themselves from their single mother that they want to get with another single mother? If that ain't about the dumbest thing I ever heard. I argue that the last men that would want to date single mothers would be men raised by single mothers. Because men raised by single mothers, they know all about single mothers and the debauchery and the degeneracy and the stupidity. So when 80% of black men coming from a single mother home, of course 80% of them don't want single mothers. You can't get mad and blame brothers for wanting to break a cycle that not only is a cycle of degeneracy though, it's a cycle that puts brothers at the bottom. All other men are respected in their community as patriarchs and as leaders, except the black community. Brothers are supposed to bow down and submit to a single mother and her litter of bastard children. Not just any black men, the so-called educated lames, the black men that took care of themselves and tried to make something out of themselves. A lot of those brothers don't have kids. A lot of the brothers that made something out of themselves, that was called the educated lanes and all of this and that. Nowadays, the single mothers are looking at those brothers like those brothers are appealing. But those brothers were the brothers that the single mothers passed up, so she can deal with all the pookies. Unmarried, and the list goes on. Unmarried, dealing with the pookies, getting pregnant, having children, and expecting the educated lane to be just waiting in line. These women have the audacity. Like I say, the last thing any man want to deal with is another man's children. I wouldn't dare. And it's becoming the default expectation of not only Keisha, but of all women in America. All women in America are expecting men to accept women that wanted to go out in their youth, have their fun, have all these bastard children from other men, and expect the man that made something out of himself at the end of the day, the man that they was calling educated lanes, the man that wasn't doing all the goofy, the dumb stuff. They expect him to be responsible for everyone else's irresponsibilities. And to me, that's a slap in the face. That's an insult. That's the insult. They basically saying, here, you take this leftover box after I done let every pookie in town run through it, bust up in it, and reproduce their children. And I married the government zaddy for welfare and increase your taxes. Yeah. This what the educated lame, all the majority of brothers out here that don't have kids. This is what Boyce Watkins, the beta male Keisha. This is what he's not only expecting but demanding of brothers. Brothers, you owe the community. First off, black men that don't have children, that's not our community. That community belongs to Keisha, Simps, and the pookies that made the children. If you're a brother and you don't have no children, you don't have any children, like I don't have any children. If you're a brother without any children, it's not your responsibility to give a damn about other people's children. I don't care what they talking about. They the same color you is and all that. F all that. Who cares? Those are not my children. Those are not our children. Those are your bastards, and you deal with them. And that's the attitude brothers got to take. Brothers been too kind for too long. We done watched 2 or 3 generations of stepdaddies. They got nothing but disdain and disrespect for all their hard work and effort from the women and the children. I was lucky enough to have my father and both of my grandfathers, and still have my father to this day. Boyce Watkins want to reflect his childhood on every other brother. Like I say, yeah, it's true. A lot of brothers were raised by single mothers, but not all brothers. Some of us come from 2-parent homes, and even homes that had 2 grandparents also. I had a father, a big brother, and 2 grandfathers. I come from a legacy of patriarchy. I don't relate to Boyce Watkins and men like Boyce that said, hey, your mama was a single mother. How dare you not date a single mother? I don't relate to that, Boyce Watkins. And I don't feel that men that do relate to that were raised by single mothers, I don't feel that that's a dogma that they should follow. I don't feel that that's an ideology that they should embrace. Just because they were raised by a single mother, that they should date single mothers. They should so if they were raised by a crackhead, should they date crackheads? If they were raised by any other debaucherous or degenerate person, should they date that degenerate person? According to Boyce Watkins, I hear a lot of people saying Boyce Watkins need to stick to financial advice. I hear a lot of brothers I see a lot of these videos. I hear brothers look at brothers in the chat. They're like, well, Boyce, you give good financial advice, but you give bad dating advice. No, I would argue that he gives bad dating advice and bad financial advice. Because if your advice is for young brothers that don't have any kids to go out here and throw their life down the drain and waste their resources and their time and their life on a deadbeat single mother, that's the worst financial advice you can give any man. So I will argue that Boyce Watkins, Dr. Morskins, he not only gives bad relationship advice, but bad financial advice. And I mean, let's be honest. Take a look at this guy. Who is he to be giving anyone relationship advice? This guy doesn't come across as someone that was good with the ladies. I mean, he couldn't have been. He's married to a woman that rejected him for decades and had a bunch of other kids from a bunch of bastard kids from other men. And he stepped in at the end of the day to clean up the mess. You know, if Boyce Watkins passed away on tomorrow, that woman would inherit. That woman and her and another man kids would inherit his resources. If that ain't something that a sucker would do, then I don't know what is. But let's get into it. We're gonna look at a bit of this message that Boyce had. He felt like he had a word for brothers, and he said that we need to accept these women. Fair use.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. I am in the car. I'm actually traveling, but I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about something that I saw, and it just kind of hit me, and I wanted to express a point of view that can hopefully help you to process things in a certain way. As you guys know,
See, I listen carefully to people's words. He said to help you process things in a certain way. So why are you trying to manipulate people's mind into processing things in a certain way? Why can't you just present the information and let a bunch of grown black men, grown brothers, you know, dissect it for themselves?
this is a platform for intelligent black people. So I hope you'll bring your brains to this conversation and not just react based on simple instinct. I saw this video. My friend Willie D posted this video on his page, and it is a video of a single mom who has 7 kids. And she says she's looking for love. She says she wants to find a man, and she was asking, is it possible for her? And
No, it is impossible. And first off, no other race of men on earth are even having this kind of a conversation. Should men be considering a woman with 7 kids looking for love? If that ain't some of the simpest, if that ain't some simp, man, look. Why are we even having a conversation about a woman with 7 kids? Why is a woman with 7 children, 7 dirty little bastards, out here looking for a man? Why would any woman have the audacity to even disrespect men like that? It's because of simps like Boyce Watkins. See, these simps are enablers for these Jezebel women and these single mothers. A simp is a single mother enabler. Boyce Watkins, he's a single mother enabler, a single mammy enabler. He's enabling these women to be debaucherous, to be degenerate, throw their children and men's lives down the drain along with theirs, because at the end of the day, they know it's always going to be a Boyce Watkins waiting. They know it's always going to be a simp, single mother enabler waiting to clean up the mess. So I don't, like I say, it ain't no other race of men. I can't imagine Chinese men sitting back debating whether they should date and accept the single mother with 7 kids. I don't see white men sitting back debating or having a conversation, making YouTube channels, debating whether they should accept a single mother with 7 kids. And you know what dog does Boyce Watkins have in this fight? I would argue that. So everybody would say, well, he ain't got no dog in this fight. He's already married. Well, yeah, exactly. He's already married to a single mother. That's his dog in this fight. He want all black men to jump off the bridge with him so he can feel good about himself and feel like he's some kind of hero or quote unquote real man. Being a stepdaddy don't make you a real man. You know what? if you ask the mother of those children that you married, your wife, Dr. Boyce Watkins, she'll tell you it took a real man to get her pregnant. Like I say, these are simp enablers. No other men are sitting around, Spanish men are not sitting around discussing should we be accepting women with 7 children. I mean, that is ridiculous. This broad got a bastard for every day of the week. I mean, have you ever been around? I mean, I can't, honestly, if they're not related to me, man, or not, or don't belong to friends of mine, I can't stand other people's children. Because people children are unreal. Have you ever been in a Walmart or somewhere with a single mother running around with her bastards running around doing it, whatever the hell they want to? I can't stand it. I don't like them. I don't like their children. And I'm just being honest. That's like I like dogs, but I don't like my neighbor dog. I like my dog. And that's how brothers need to be. Brothers need to be cold. Brothers been too good for too long. For generations, we seen brothers stepping up to the plate, and what has he gotten? Slapped in the face and disrespected.
And so I wanted to give you some frameworks to analyze this. I'm not here to tell you that I know the right answer to this question. I'm simply here to give you a guideline in terms of how to process this. So I'm going to play this video clip and
Who needs a
let me know if you
guideline on
guys
how to
can hear me
process
okay.
this?
And also let me know if you can hear this clip. I want to
What
play this clip
man
right
in
now.
his right mind need a guideline on how to process a 7 times failure single mother, a 7 time deadbeat single mammy? What brother need to process that?
Here it goes.
Mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With
What?
being a mom
see
of
that?
7,
See that? That's what's wrong with the black community right there. Mom of 7, 33, everybody clapping. A single mom of 7 at 33 and the whole audience clap. That is what's wrong with the black community. That's why brothers are not a part of this community. They need to start calling it the black women community. It's not our community. We are not a part of that community.
Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. And also let me know if you can hear this clip. I want to play this clip right now. Here it goes.
mom of 7,
This bust down mom of 7 Keisha.
and I'm 33.
This post wall raggedy bust down wig wearing mom of 7, single mammy of 7, got a standing applause. Brothers. You brothers don't even get a standing applause for wearing a suit. You brothers can't even get a smile from black women, and they got the audacity to expect you to accept women with any children at all. You can't even get a smile. These same women will dance on your grave.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
Is still capable? No. The fact that you have to ask the question is that you know the answer already. The answer is no. And how dare you want to bring 7 of your a bastard for each day of the week to some undeserving brother that don't deserve that bull.
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that
if it's absolutely, she should have asked, if it's absolutely possible for her to find a quality man, I would ask, why ain't she found him before she had all the 7 kids? Why she wait till she had 7 kids by a messed up man to hope to find a quality man after that? That's hustling backwards if you ask me. And for her to have the audacity to even think that she can pull something like that off, to show how low level of amount of respect that's had for the average brother out here, the average so-called educated lane that's just working a 9 to 5 trying to keep his bills paid. The bros that ain't out here contributing to the to Pookie syndrome You know.
That you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and several children. And then you also have to...
Why not to find the man that has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children before you have 7 children? Why not find that man when you have no children? Oh, because you wanted to live your life. That's right. You want to have your fun. You ain't need no man. It's funny, when you ain't have no kids, you ain't need no man. But somehow you needed the man. You needed a man to get pregnant though. You ain't need no man when you ain't have no kids, but you needed a man to make one. And now after you done made one with some man, now you need a whole nother man to help you take care of another man kid that you gonna turn around and say, well, he was sorry, man. When you slept with him, you gonna say, well, he ain't ish. Where if you slept with a man that ain't ish, and you got pregnant by him and all of this and that, and you dealt with a man that ain't ish, then you ain't worth ish.
To be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on one person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a...
You know who should be responsible? Who should be responsible for coming in there creating children, structure? The same man that created those children with that woman. That's who's responsible. That's who has to be a good enough man, and not some other brother that ain't make this debaucherous mess.
Secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yeah, that is a huge responsibility to put on a person.
No other communities are having these conversations. Brothers, that should be a red flag in itself. Anytime you hear a bunch of Keishas and a bunch of simps sitting around talking about accepting people, other bastards and other people mess ups and their responsibilities, all you have to do is say, hey man, are other communities doing this? The answer is no. And you know you're out of line.
Who does not have those children? Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
Thank you. That they should have started the whole thing with that. And look at the look on her face. Look at the look on this fat Keisha face. This fat blonde wig. This fat funky blonde wig wearing Keisha. Look at the look on her face, man. When she said, "Why don't you get back with the man you made them kids with?" He was good. Oh, so he was good enough to bust up in you, right? He was good enough to put sausage down your throat, right? To pull your wig, smack you upside your ass, and all of these other things, and get you pregnant 7 times. So you say, and I don't believe. First off, everybody know a lot of these Keishas out here, man. They straight up liars, man. A lot of people know a lot of these Keishas out here is like just rhetorical liars. They lie about everything, the smallest things. So her sitting up here saying when she got 7 kids and 1 man and getting a standing applause, first off, I don't believe it. Salute, I don't believe it. I'm just saying, I don't believe it. Look at the look on her face when she said, "Why don't you stay with the man?" She was like, "Which one? Which man?" Hold up. So if your baby dad ain't good enough for you to get with him, then you ain't good enough for no other man to deal with you and them bastards. Yeah, you ever been you ever been at a restaurant, doing whether you was by yourself, whether you was with a young lady, whatever you was doing, and sitting down there trying to enjoy your meal and experience or whatever, then comes this fat, overweight single mother Keisha with a bunch of kids in tow. And the kids are out of control. Kids in your face, licking all that you seeing what you doing. Some of them even trying to dialogue with you, cause Keisha ain't got them under control. Keisha don't raise the children well. She don't give them home training. You know, you at a restaurant eating your meal, man. You done ordered you a T-bone steak. You know, you got you a nice piece of cheesecake. You got you a nice salad on the side. You know, order a margarita. Keisha come in and her little son, baby Pookie, come all the way up to your table and sit down and ask you, "Can I have a piece?" Excuse, excuse me, sir. Can I have a piece of your cheesecake? Keisha ain't saying nothing. Keisha sitting over there acting like it ain't nothing. Like she ain't even see little man walk off. Keisha acting like she ain't even see little Pookie walk off from the table, go all the way to a stranger table, asking for a piece of cheesecake. You know, it's ridiculous, man. It just unruly. The kids unruly. It's just a bad situation. And then if you thinking you finna go date this single mother Keisha, you think you finna go in there and bring some order to the chaos. Keisha gonna look at you and tell you you can't discipline. Keisha gonna tell you can't discipline her kids because she gonna tell you them ain't your kids. So why are you dating Keisha? Why are you dating a Keisha with 7 kids when she gonna tell you you can't discipline them kids? Them ain't your kids.
All right, guys. What do you guys think? Let's start with a simple yes or no. Do you think that that it's reasonable for her to expect to be able to find a good relationship, even
No,
though she's
boys, no. Why are you even asking brothers that stupid ass question? No, it's not reasonable, boys.
7 kids and she's single? Let's start there. Let's just armchair response. Yes or no? Do you think that yes, it's reasonable? No, it's not reasonable. She needs to focus on her kids and kind of leave love off the table for a while. What do y'all think? And I'd like to know what you guys think because I want to kind of lay out a framework to kind of look at this conversation. The first thing that I think that is missed in this discussion that nobody talks about is a fundamental, very basic, simple question. The
What's
simple
that?
question is this: who in the hell told you that it makes sense to go ask podcasters for relationship advice?
That's not the best question. That's not you. You are a pod. You. What, meanwhile, you on the podcast. Meanwhile, you on the podcast giving relationship advice. By the way, giving bad advice. The real question is, why are you looking for a man with 7 children? That's what the best question is, boys.
What is it in the background of somebody with a YouTube channel
You know,
that gives them?
this is not being accountable, man. This is delusion and not being accountable. You know, these are Keisha talking points. This are Keisha talking points coming from a beta male Keisha.
Them the credentials and makes them qualified to
You
evaluate
know,
your
that's
personal
that's exactly
relationships
what
and what you
Keisha
do
do.
with your children.
That's what Keisha do. He instead of him saying why somebody got 7 kids looking for a man out here, he deflect. His just same thing. That's a Keisha tactic. That's a Keisha tactic. He does He got Keisha talking points and Keisha tactics. He turns around and says, "Well, that's just like how they used to ask Kevin Samuels. Well, are you married? Well, you divorced? At least he been married twice." They used to try to disqualify. See, this what these delusional people and these deflectors and distractors want to do. They try to disqualify the question by asking another question. When the question is, why is a woman with 7 kids out here looking for a man this late in life, and you turn around and say, well, who gives you the right, who gives you the qualifications to give dating advice? You see what I'm saying? They did Kevin Samuels the exact same way, and they tried to minimize his points because they know a lot of people ain't paying attention. Got a lot of people got a short term focus, and you know, next thing you know, the conversation goes left.
You see, this is part of what's wrong with your community right now. This is really what's wrong. You got a bunch of dumbasses on YouTube channels giving you
Including
advice
you.
on how to live your life. And I'm just gonna tell you, point blank, period. If you have
You got a bunch of dumbasses on YouTube giving people advice, but I'm gonna give you some advice. You know, y'all see the irony in this?
ever want to have a horrible life, and you ever want to be in the middle of mess for the rest of your life, if you ever want to be in the middle of a bunch of dumb decisions, go to YouTube.
Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. I mean, I mean, the Manosphere talk. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. The Manosphere and the Red Pill talking points are undefeated, boys. You cannot defeat Red Pill talking points with Keisha talking points. Sign language would not work.
And let YouTubers tell you how to live your life. Literally, go let YouTubers let people in the comment section tell you what to do with your kids, and watch how quickly that screws up your kids. Because you got to remember,
What to do with your kids? You mean like what? Stay with their father, or take them to some strange new man and make a stepdad out of them? What you mean? Do with your kids? I thought this was about some. See how the conversation getting changed. He talking about letting somebody tell somebody about what to do with their kids. I thought this was about, does a woman with 7 kids still have a chance on finding love? He got Keisha talking points, Keisha distraction, Keisha deflections, Keisha tactics.
that in the YouTube space is a space where black trauma really shows itself in high form. That's why Club Shay Shay and all these other platforms are so messed up with all this toxicity, drama, negative energy. It's because that's your community. That's a reflection of your community. Cat Williams went on Club Shay Shay, and it was a complete drama queen fest. Just gossiping and attacking and everything else. He goes on Joe Rogan and actually has an intellectual conversation. That right.
And it's another thing. These beta male Keishas with these Keisha tactics and Keisha talking points. The other primary tactic is bringing race in it. Now, when we talking about a problem within the black community that has everything to do with black people, black men and women, they bring in the white man.
Right there tells you that your community is not filled with people that are qualified to give you advice on how to build a proper family, because your community doesn't do it.
How to build
76
exactly. Our community doesn't build proper families. They're expecting guys with no kids to play stepdaddy. That's not the way to build a proper community. The way to build a proper community is with nuclear biological mothers and fathers under the father's leadership. The proper way to build communities is with patriarchy and nuclear families. That's where you have order instead of all this chaos.
percent of the people that are giving you advice didn't even have a father in the house, and many of them are not married, have never had
Have a father. Why is always this a father? What about their father? See, we need to be more direct. I would not even have a problem with Boyce Watkins' message if he singly changed one thing. If he simply changed one thing, stop saying what brothers should do or what a father should do, and say what their father should do, or say what this is what the men that made these children and the women that made these children should do. Stop trying to lay it on all like we one big community, because we are not. We are not one big community. And we never will be.
a healthy relationship in their life, couldn't have a healthy relationship if you gave them $1 million to do it. So these are not qualified to tell you what to do with your kids. So if I'm talking to this mother of 7, I'd say, to hell what these people think. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Like,
Delusion. To hell, forget what they saying, sis. You a queen, sis. Straighten up your crown, sis. Forget what they saying. See, this is the bull that's keeping the delusion going. These beta male Keishas. This is the BS that's destroying their community, not ours. I don't have kids, and a lot of brothers don't. A lot of brothers like me don't have kids. We the quote unquote educated lames. The brothers everybody mad at for not accepting these leftover ass deadbeat Keishas, single mammies.
I'd say, well, what credentials do these people have, other than having a YouTube channel that makes you even want to make yourself vulnerable to their input? Talk to a therapist. Talk to a family expert. Talk to somebody who knows how to rear
It's
children
funny.
properly.
Let's look at the chat for a second. It's funny. His own video off his own channel, his own subscribers. Go back to those kids' dad. That's a toxic situation just to walk into as a side dude, let alone a boyfriend. Why do I think Dr. Boyce is still getting used to his teeth? Damn. Or used to his teeth? I don't know what they're trying to say. He got fake teeth. Look, here goes somebody delusional. Yes, she can find love. When she said work it out with the father, I felt that. See, Boyce Watkins, you delusional, but the majority of the people watching your videos know better. You're making a fool out yourself. You putting your cape on, beating on your chest for a lost cause.
Talk to somebody who's got a degree in that shit. Stop talking to dumbasses.
Or a indoctrination degree. And look at this body language. This is the Keisha. This is the beta male Keisha in the flesh. Look at his body language. He moving like Shay Shay did when he got out that truck the other day. He making moves like Shay Shay. Look at his body language. This is not masculine. This is a beta male Keisha.
Who have YouTube channels? Did I sound mad? Did I sound triggered by that?
We'll run it back. We'll run it back. You know you did. You looking like a beta male Keisha with your Keisha tactics and your Keisha talking points.
Degree in that shit. Stop talking to dumbasses who have YouTube channels.
Look at that.
Did I sound mad? Did I sound triggered by that?
Yeah, you sound like your panties wrinkled.
All right. Second piece here. Children are a blessing, but you don't understand what a blessing children are until you get to a certain age and a certain level of maturity.
You don't know what a blessing children are until you have your own. Other people's children ain't no blessing. This fool crazy. When I'm at the store and I see your little bastards up there, your little fatherless bastards, because your mama sleeping around with pookies, and I'm at the store getting my gas, and one of them, they ain't even got enough change for their honey bun, I take pleasure in saying I ain't got it. It ain't my responsibility. Go ask Boyce for it.
The problem you have in your community is that you have a community that really lacks masculinity. So you have a lot of men
tell us what masculinity
who
is.
cannot even fathom.
Meanwhile, he was just popping off like a bitter baby mama. He gonna tell us what masculinity is now, y'all.
The idea of doing the work required and having the maturity required to be able to manage a group of children.
What about the work required to make a child? What about that, boys? What about the work required? You know, the bumping and grinding. You know, the blowing the back out. You know, the sausage down the throat. You know, cause you know all that went down, right, boys? You know all that went down, right? Plenty sausage down the throat. Them kids got conceived. Then you came to clean it all up. But we ain't got to jump off the bridge with you, boys. That's not our responsibility. Like I say, I like puppies. I like dogs. But I don't like my neighbor dog. I don't like other people's kids. You ain't gonna never be able to force us to.
They never saw it. They never had it. They never engaged with a real man on a daily basis. They never had a man step in for their mother. So they really think
they never had a real man step in for their mother. Look, man, boys, everybody ain't come from a broken home like you. Like I said, it might be true that 80% of brothers did come from a single mother, but not all boys. All brothers ain't come from a single mother. I don't relate to what you saying, boys. My dad over there with my mama right now. And on top of that, I had both of my grandfathers and a big brother. I come from a legacy of patriarchy, Boyce. I don't relate to you. And even those brothers that did come from a single mother home, just because your mama was a crackhead don't mean you should date one. With those Keisha talking points. How dare you? Boyce got the Keisha tactics and Keisha talking points. How dare you say you wouldn't date a single mother when you came from this is what he want to tell 80% of brothers out here. You came from a single mother, you wouldn't date one. So if they came from a crackhead, they supposed to date one too, Boyce. Boyce Watkins, your Keisha talking points don't stand a chance against the red pill talking points.
That their job is to go around, spread your seed, put your penis in every girl that moves, show up to her house just to have sex and eat dinner, and then go home
Is that what
and
happened to
literally
your wife?
reject these little children, these little souls.
Is that what happened to your wife? A bunch of pookies ran through a got her pregnant and then rejected their little children, and you said, I'll go take care of it. Is that what happened?
Little innocent kids that might be looking to you for mentorship or leadership. Now, I'm not here to tell every man how to be a man. I can't do that. I can only...
Little innocent kids, but what about the innocent brothers that you're trying to throw into the stepdaddy trap? The so-called educated lanes, the majority of black men that don't have kids. The majority of black men that's not pookies.
only talk to the men who want to be men and those who already are there. Those the little boys,
Well, that's what they should do before they get pregnant. Deal with the men that want to be men. You can't get pregnant by Pookie and then turn around and call other men less than men for not wanting to deal with Pookie bastards. I don't care if them dirty bastards eat government cheese until they 18 years old. And then they get out their single mother house and they'll learn a lesson to never deal with a single mother. And to never be one. That's what kids need to learn from a single mother. Little girls growing up with a single mother and little boys, they need to see their mother suffer and no man step up to help clean up another man's mess. And that little young girl will grow up and never want to be a single mother. And that little boy, he'll grow up and never want to deal with a single mother. They want to make this like it's some kind of heroic thing.
Can't deal with. But I can tell you, in our community, you have a lot of 45-year-old teenagers out here. You have a lot of men who don't want responsibility for anything. They can't even take responsibility.
Who the one that had who you talking about, the Pookies that had the kids, or are you talking about the men that didn't have the children that supposed to? See, he want to call the men that didn't have the children, and you were being, brothers, y'all was being responsible all these years. You weren't throwing your pipe down the drain getting any Keisha pregnant that you saw. Because you didn't want to make a single mother. But now you ain't, let Boyce tell you ain't a real man because you ain't stepping up and cleaning up after the party's over that everybody else was having.
Responsibility for themselves. So the idea of imagining taking responsibility for a group of people, being a leader, leading a group of people.
Why not lead the single mothers? Why don't we have any real women mentoring these thoughts? You want stand up men that don't have children to mentor another man bastards. But meanwhile, no one is saying why don't good women come along and mentor these single mammy thoughts and talk them out of being single mothers. You see what's going on here?
That's beyond their comprehension for some of them. So I can definitely say this: if I was talking to the woman and she wanted my 2 cents, I would say, well, if you're gonna get a man that's gonna help you with those 7 kids, you better find you a real man.
So, but she ain't need a real man to make the 7 kids, Boyce. What if she need a real man to take care of another? If taking care of another man, 7 children, 1 for every fucking day of the week. If that's what's qualifying you to be a real man, what is the man that had the children with her? What is he? The man or the men that impregnated her 7 times. What are they? And what is she? Is she a real woman? Now, Boyce, I know you're going to turn around and tell me, well, it ain't the woman's fault. The man ain't shit. Well, guess what? When a woman get pregnant by a man that ain't shit, that woman ain't worth a shit.
You better find a man that knows how to hustle. You better find a man that ain't scared of hard work.
That's what she should be saying before she have any children.
You gotta find a man who has an investor's mindset where he understands that investing in young people is a good way to protect himself in old age. It's a great contribution to the community. You have to find a
Man, them kids gon' and when in your old age, them kids gonna take care of their real father, not you. You sitting back, so that's your motive. Your motive to getting with a single mother is so another man kids to take care of you in old age, man. If that ain't some sucker shit, if that ain't a Keisha talking point, I don't know what is. Real man take care of themselves till it's time to go.
man who's got real masculinity. Masculinity is not just smoking a cigar. You see guys running around smoking cigars and growing beards because that those beards literally are
Oh, now
beards.
he
The
throwing
beards
shots at certain
are fake
people.
masculinity used to cover up
That's see when
false
people do that.
masculinity. It covers.
When people do that, now he describing some certain people. Now he taking shots at certain people when he do that. He probably talking about Anton because Anton got a beard. I mean, I got a beard. A lot of brothers got beards, but he talking about Anton because that's who he was just into it with, right? This dude weak, man. He real passive aggressive. He throw shots at people, and then when somebody pull up on him, like on his live stream, he act like he don't know what's going on. He try to play Mr. Innocent, man. I can't stand a sucker dude like this. These the kind of dudes that had it bad, man. When he was growing up as kids, dudes like this got it bad quite often. You could tell he probably got bullied. I mean, look at his fingers. He got them little them don't look like no them don't look at his knuckles. Boyce Watkins ain't been through nothing. Boyce, you ain't no real man, bro.
Covers up their weakness. It covers up their insecurity. So they think that that's masculinity. Drinking liquor, smoking cigars, and growing a beard. That does not make you a man. That does not make you masculine.
What make
What
you a
makes you a
man? Being
man
a
is
stepdaddy?
having strategic thinking, intelligence. What makes you a man is the ability to work hard for your goals. What makes you a man is being able to compete in the world. What makes you a man is being able to lead
You ain't
properly.
no man
What
though,
makes you a
bro. How
man is
you
being able to take
just like
responsibility for
he
something.
just like I say, he
You
got Keisha talking points. Single mother talking points. He got single mother Keisha, single mammy talking points. He want to tell men what makes them a man. Ain't that what Keisha do all the time? Ain't that what Keisha like to do? Well, if you was a real man, that's how Keisha pump like goofy brothers up. Keisha pump simps up to do stupid stuff like that. That's how Keisha pump up a simp to do something stupid. Well, if you was a real man, you would go push my car down the road all the way. Even though I ran out of gas. If you was a real man, you would push this car up the hill to the gas station. And you know that simp gonna get behind that simp gonna get behind that big Chrysler, that big Keisha Chrysler 300. He gonna try to push that thing up the that thing got 3 hubcaps, so he gonna try to push it up the hill to get some gas. That thing gonna roll backwards over the simp and kill him. And I'm gonna sit back there. You stupid. You don't let Keisha hype you up. You let Keisha try to tell you what a real man is. Now you done jumped off the bridge doing something stupid. And that's exactly what Boyce is trying to do. He got Keisha tactics. He trying to tell you what make you a real man, trying to think he gonna pump you up to do something.
That is literally a universal metric of masculinity, even amongst mammals. They measure
Oh
masculinity
Lord.
by how much territory you can control and how many people you can actually hold down. So a
Bro,
lot
you
of
ain't
your men
controlling what
are weak.
territory
They
you
are the
controlling.
beta to the white man's alpha. They don't know
See,
nothing about
racism.
taking
I knew this
leadership
was
and
gonna go
nothing.
to
All they
racism.
know how to do is be pleasure seekers. All they know how to do is show up for the sex and dinner and then go home because they don't want responsibility for anything because responsibility.
So what you talking about? The Pookies that made the children? You said showing up for sex. Is you mad at the Pookies that made the children? Or you talking about all the other brothers that ain't trying to be stepdaddies? What are we talking about, boys?
Scares them. So I'm not saying that every man needs to go and take responsibility for somebody's kids because you may not be qualified for the job, but I am here to say that there are millions of children in the black community.
He said, hold
There are
on. He said he not asking men to go take care of other men's kids because you ain't qualified for the job. That's not the point. I don't care if you was qualified for the job of leading the whole school of children. It ain't your responsibility. It don't matter if you qualify. It's not your responsibility to take care of Pookie Jr. See, this why men need fathers, and this why men need a men's space. Because all these men being raised without fathers, and they getting indoctrinated into being simps, into being beta male Keishas. And then growing up, and then we got another Boyce Watkins that's going against nature, and men ain't having it. And we gonna keep speak. You gonna keep taking L's, boys. Every time you get in, hey, I know that every time Boyce open his mouth, put his foot in his mouth, he get into an entanglement with the red pill community. It don't work out well for him. He catch an L every time.
There are millions of kids who, through no fault of their own, have nobody, no man that's protecting them. There are
Who
millions of
to
children out there,
who know for
and
who? So if it's not the children's fault, who fault it is? They mother. Is it their mother fault for getting pregnant without being married? Is it their mother fault for going out here getting effed? A mother out here getting effed and she ain't even married. Is it their mother fault, or is the men fault that was effing their mama? Is it the men fault that was effing them kids mammy, or is the mammy fault for getting effed and she ain't married though? Is their mammy out here making whole moves, getting effed all while she young and in her prime, getting effed every time getting pregnant? And then you supposed to step up like Boyce Watkins, and you supposed to be the real man. She ain't want a real man when it was time to get effed, let you tell it. Or did she?
and what is really fascinating to me is how many people will just look at that situation and say, "Fuck those kids."
Me,
I
I
just don't
would.
understand
I
how you can
would.
call yourself pro-black and say to hell with.
Who said they call themselves pro black? First off, see, I don't even like that word. Because that's a attack dog word. You call yourself pro black. That's sign language, shame, guilt. If you so pro black, why are you having so many bastard kids? Why are you making broken homes? If you call you How can you call yourself pro black and you leaving and you making families that's not sticking together? How can you call yourself pro black? How can you call yourself pro black when you getting impregnated by men you not married to? And you getting effed without being married? How can you call yourself pro black when you filling the community with bastard pookies and letting them run wild and run amok, and they filling up the chain gang left and right? How can you call yourself pro black when you expect the average brother, the so-called educated lane that didn't screw his life up, to come clean up Thuggo and Pookie mess and Keisha mess? You part of the problem.
With all these little black babies. I don't care nothing about these damn kids. All I care about is my liquor, my weed, and my hoes.
Is that Pookie? Does Pookie and Keisha care about him? Why is no one asking Pookie and Keisha to care about their kids, about their community? Why is no one asking Pookie and Keisha to care about their community?
That's what you have. You have a lot of little 45-year-old children that walk around. Whoa, whoa! You see the one guy? There was one guy when she said she had 7 kids. He pulled his sunglasses down like, "Ooh, I ain't messing with that." And I'm not saying that
Facts.
somebody needs to go, that he needs to go be with her. He shouldn't try it because he's not qualified. He can't do the job. He's going to fail.
No, he
But
shouldn't. No, it's not because he's not qualified. It's because she's a piece of shit and she done screwed her life up, and it ain't his problem to clean them ragged ass kids up. It's other simps out there that's better qualified like you, Dr. Boyce.
what I am saying is that
So you got
nobody on that
Keisha tactics, Keisha talking points. He want to make it like it's some kind of prize to take care of somebody else 7 bastards. Is y'all noticing this? You ain't qualified. Like you supposed to, he trying to pump you up like a Keisha. You ain't no real man. You ain't qualified to take care of her and those 7 kids. That's supposed to trigger you and make you say, yes, I am qualified. And make you jump out there like a crash dummy, like a step dummy. You can't pump. Boyce Watkins, black men are not children. Black men are not little kids, boys. You can't use sign language, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. You can't use sign language and your attack words and think you finna fool and pump black men up to do something stupid.
panel is qualified to tell her what she's capable of in her life. Nobody. 7 kids, yes, that is a variable. That is a variable.
Two
But
and one.
there's
One
many
kid
ways
is
to
a
look at
variable.
that.
One
You know what
is.
I'm gonna tell you where I learned a
One
lot
is.
about the value of young people. Is I
One kid is a variable. It ain't just 7. One, ladies. One is a variable. Modern black men are not playing stepdaddy. Not even the one. We don't give a fuck if it's just one. You go back to that kid, daddy. We are not dealing with single mammies. We're gonna force a change. We will humble that raggedy community. We will humble y'all. We're gonna humble Keisha and Pookie. Guess who gonna do it? The so-called educated lanes. The stand-up brothers gonna humble Keisha and Pookie in that raggedy ass community. And
be a
them
track
bastard
coach. I used to
children.
be a track coach for inner city kids. Most of those kids did not have a father. So a lot of those
And that's
children
their
looked at me as a
problem.
father figure. And what I really
See,
loved was the ability to influence those children, to be able to take.
you notice the white community ain't sitting back saying to all the white men that don't have kids, you guys need to step up and be father figures. You notice the white community ain't doing that about they fatherless homes. The white community ain't stepping up and saying, all you white men, you need to pitch in and help. You notice that the Kung Fu Japanese community, they ain't sitting back saying, all you Japanese guys need to help with these fatherless homes. It's only one sucker ass community that's doing it. The community that we are not a part of. If you a black man, if you a brother and you don't have kids, you are not a part of the black community. You are not a part of the single mammy projects. You are not a part of that. No, my friend. We are something else.
Talk to those men or those young men and
That
young women
community is for
and work with
Keisha,
them
Pookie, and
and help
Simps.
them to grow into solid citizens in the black community. That was an honor for me. I did not see that as
It's
like,
not an
oh, I
honor.
need to
That's
get
not an honor.
compensation for
That's
them.
not an
No, no,
honor. That's
no.
not an honor. Turning Pookie kids into honorable citizens is not an honor. That's Pookie job. You know what's an honor? Creating your own legacy. That's what's an honor. Creating your own legacy early in life. Having your own group of kids to leave an inheritance to. You go ahead and leave Pookie kids your inheritance, Boyce Watkins. But brothers ain't gonna do it, and we gonna keep combating you.
I saw that as an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And so ultimately, I just don't understand this. Why do you hate black children so much? They didn't do
See,
anything
that's another
to
Keisha
create that
tactic.
situation.
We don't hate black children, just like I said before. I like dogs. I love dogs, but I don't like your dog. If I come over your house, I don't want your dog, your funky ass dog, jumping all over me. I don't want to get to know your dog. I don't want your slobbing ass dog licking on me. I got my own dog. I like my dog. F your dog. Your dog could starve. I would drop your dog across town like an unwanted puppy. I feel the same way about kids that's not mine. That don't mean I hate kids. I love kids, but I don't like your kids. I don't give a damn about Pookie and Keisha kids. And a simp can, but I won't. And I don't recommend brothers do it. Brothers been too kind for too long. We watch generations of stepdaddies get disrespected and get nothing for their hard-earned work. Nothing in return. Dealing with a leftover mammy.
If that's not a situation for you, you should walk away from that. You should not on any level go in and make somebody feel bad about a situation that's already difficult. If you can't handle it, that's fine. Just stay
You
out of
can't
it.
handle
You
it.
know, so I blame her and I
Hey,
blame the
that's another
panel.
Keisha tactic, another Keisha talking point. You can't handle me. You can't. Why everybody got it? Why are brothers being asked to handle something? Black men are the only people on earth being asked to handle something. White men are not being told they can't handle something. Japanese men are not being told they can't handle something. You know who being told they can't handle something? Black men in America.
The panel, you can't blame them for just giving whatever dumb advice they were going to give. They can just do that.
Giving
But
dumb
the woman,
advice.
I
That's
would say to
all
her,
you've
like,
been
why are
doing.
you even? This is a serious conversation. You need to solve a very serious problem. The first problem you have to solve is
But
what happened here. How did I have 7 children with a man and then have things not work out and then think I can?
when you have 7 children by a man that ain't shit, that means you ain't worth a shit.
just go and pretend like this never occurred. Now your children are going to be affected by the decisions made between you and your husband. You're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to get your kids are going to need therapy most likely because divorce is very painful for children. When their parents break up, it hurts kids. It hurts them, right?
You know damn well these Keishas ain't married and getting divorces. You know damn well these 80% of single mothers are having children out of wedlock. See, these are Keisha tactics. Avoiding accountability and avoiding the truth out of the argument.
So that's the first thing I'll say. Then I'll say number two is no, we're not taking this problem to the podcasters. To hell with those podcasters.
You on a
These are people that
podcast
run their
right
mouths
now.
on the internet for a living in their mama's basement. They're not
In
relevant
a
to
mama
a grown up
basement.
situation that
See
you're
the
dealing with. So
sign
what we're gonna
language.
do is we're gonna
Sign
start.
language. See. He want to discredit the practical red pill argument when using sign language. He want to say they in their mama's basement. Boyce Watkins, for you to be a so-called millionaire, which I'm not even sure you a millionaire. You've been struggle streaming for a long time. You shooting streams from a cell phone in your car. Brothers in the manosphere and in the red pill space got whole studios out here, Boyce Watkins. You can't even improve your studio. You shooting off a 720p webcam. You got the nerve to talk about somebody streaming from the basement. Knock it off. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, boys.
Reading some books. We're going to learn how to raise children. We're going to learn how to attract and how to retain the right kind of man.
You
Because
know,
I
you
don't
know
care
who
how
should be
many.
learning how to, you know who should be learning how to raise children? People that have children. You don't learn how to raise children until you are the father yourself or the mother yourself. You don't just jump out here with no kids talking about you learning how to raise children for what? But what you learning how? What would an upstanding brother with no kids should be learning how to have? What you need to be learning how to wrap Christmas presents, right? You need to be learning how to tie up laces and play basketball and throw pitch, right? Man, no, brother, you ain't got no kids. You need to be learning how to get you another sports car. You need to be learning how to say, yeah, do I want to get this property over here or do I want to get this condo on the beach? You need to be saying, yeah, which designer, which pair of designer set of designer linens I want to put on today. That's what you brothers with no with kids should be doing. You say yeah. Do I feel like taking out the boat today? Yeah. Do I feel like riding the motorcycle? You shouldn't be sitting back talking about learning how to raise kids that you don't even have other people's kids. What the hell? What the hell is going on in America, man? Hey, man, we have to keep this message going against these type of people.
Kids. A woman can have 1,000 kids. If she is a good-looking woman who knows how to treat a man well, there are men. There are real men out here
There
who
are
say, you know what,
simps. He
it ain't
said
nothing
there are
but.
men. Then he said there are real men. If she got 1,000 kids, he said there are men. There are real men. Man, there are simps. Ain't no real man want nobody with no real men. Ain't even want to chick with one kid, man. Ladies, it's hard for y'all right now, ladies. I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't date a woman with one kid. They think it's a game. All these women, you a single mother, the most dudes doing is dealing with you for a short term, getting the guts and getting gone. That's the most brothers doing. 80% of women single mothers, so brothers not even taking 80% of women serious for no relationship at all. 80% of women are not being taken. 80% of women in the black community are not being taken serious for a late relationship whatsoever. Only thing they gonna get taken for is a quick beat down, and brothers gonna move on, probably ghost them. Brothers is not stepping into ready-made families, boys. That era is over, boys. You old as hell, boys. The young brothers are not being stepdaddies. Only people is other simps like you keeping the simp era going.
Them, right? So that's the first thing I would say. Then I would say number two is no, we're not taking this problem to the podcasters. To hell with those podcasters.
Man,
These are people
podcasters
that
gonna
run their
talk
mouths on the
about
internet
whatever
for a
we
living in their
want to,
mama's
fool.
basement. They're not relevant
Say
to a
your
grown
mama's
up
basement.
situation that you're dealing with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start reading some books. We're gonna learn how to
Yeah,
raise children.
reading
We're gonna
books.
learn how to attract and how to retain.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of black men sitting in a circle reading books on how to be a stepdaddy. Boys Watkins say, you brothers, you black men need to get in the circle and read some books on how to be a stepdaddy. He seriously just said that.
the right kind of man. Because I don't care how many kids, a woman can have 1,000 kids. If she is a good-looking woman who knows how to treat a man well, there are real men out here who say, you know what, it ain't nothing but a baby to take care of those 7 kids. I got plenty of money, and the kids are awesome. We got a little basketball team. We can do little league football. Now I
This dude literally say he got a little Pookie Junior, a little bastard Pookie basketball and football team. He got plenty of money to pay for it. This is a joke, man. This has got to be a joke, man. This is worse than Boyce Watkins is like worse than Derrick Jackson. We thought Derrick Jackson was bad. Boyce Watkins is 10 times worse. This is bad.
got 7 little people I can train that can help me in my business. We can build a family business, babe. We can build an empire,
Why they you can't build an empire with another man bastards? Why isn't Pookie being asked? This is frustrating. I can't do it, man. I can't do it, man, y'all. Why ain't Pookie and Keisha being asked to build an empire with their own bastard kids, man? Brothers, you deserve better, brothers. Do what you gotta do, brothers. Get your passport, brothers. Get you a woman that's gonna follow your leadership, brother. It don't matter what race she is, brother. The Most High gonna bless you in the best way, brothers. Do what you gotta do out here. Hey, my brother, we out. Peace. My brother.